Hey guys and gals, it's your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf Bushcraft, and this is Lone Wolf Bushcraft After Dark. Uh, got me some Coca-Cola Zero going on. This is going to be an open chat live stream, and got me some peach tea, and I also got this really good, awesome. It's a chicken bacon ranch pan pizza. So I got this at BJ's earlier. BJ's Brewhouse Restaurant. Once again, this is the chicken bacon ranch pan pizza, deep dish pizza. So that's what I'm having tonight. And I'm just waiting for people to come in the open chat. And yeah. So yeah, tonight's live stream is going to be open chat. And I'm just going to, I got myself on the big screen too. Let me show you. So there I am on the big screen. So yeah, I got myself on the big screen, which is funny while I'm doing a live stream. That's pretty funny. And yeah, I'm going to pop open this Coca-Cola Zero while I wait for people to come in the chat. Once again, this live stream is going to be a. It's so funny. I'm looking at myself on the big TV. Yeah, it's going to be Lone Wolf Bushcraft After Dark live stream open chat. So, or wait a minute. I think how I got it down in the ticker, there's a ticker running here. It says Lone Wolf Bushcraft After Dark open chat. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. So I think I only notified a couple people that I was going live. So we'll see who all pops in here. I didn't get to check who else might have been live streaming right now. But I thought it'd be fun to do an open chat after dark. Oh, wow. That's really good. So hopefully whoever comes in live stream is already eaten already. And this is one of my favorite deep dishes to get, to actually enjoy it. So so there's no specific topic tonight. I just wanted to do an open chat for this after dark tonight. And I'm just going to give it a few minutes. I'm going to give people a few minutes to come into the live stream here. Take a few bites of my deep dish. And I really didn't get to check. I didn't get to check with my other YT community whether anyone else was doing a thing. But as people do start to come into the live stream, I'll ask them to share it out to their communities, and we'll get a little more discussion going on. I like the two other live streams I did earlier. One was talking about different survival books I have. Hey, what's up? How's it going? I'll show you what I got on. I'm eating a deep dish pizza. It's a chicken bacon ranch deep dish pizza from BJ's Brewhouse. And got me some Coca-Cola Zero. Got me some tea and also got me some sparkling water. And then I got it. It's open chat tonight. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing pretty good. So tonight's After Dark live stream is open chat. So I'm just waiting until some more people come in here and see what they want to chat about. But I'm also enjoying my pizza at the same time while I'm waiting for people to join the stream. I hope you're doing good. I hope you had a good day today. I hope the rest of the people that tune into this also is having a good day. And then as more and more people come in, I'm going to share out their channels. And that's pretty much what I do during open chat after dark. I share out people's channel, and then I talk to people as they start coming into the chat. And then on top of that, I got my big screen going. So I'm watching my I'm actually watching my live stream as I'm watching myself on the big screen as I'm live streaming. So that's a lot of fun. And like I said, tonight's live stream is focusing on the channels that come in tonight. Gaming with Eric. Hey, what's up? And then I'm enjoying my deep dish pizza. Got the chicken, bacon, ranch deep dish pizza from BJ's Brew House, along with some Coca-Cola Zero. Got some peach tea, and then also got me some sparkling Perrier water. And then for anyone who wants to join the live stream, I also got it's on the clipboard. So feel free if you want to come up, and we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and then we'll also flex your channels as well. Yeah, it is pretty yummy. It is pretty delicious. So yeah, that's what I wanted to focus on this live stream is I put it in the clipboard, and I also put it down in the chat. I love Chicago deep dish pizza. Yep. This is from BJ's Brew House. And when I go to Chicago, I also like to eat their deep dish pizza. But this one's from BJ's Brew House, and it's a chicken bacon ranch deep dish pizza, and it's from BJ's Brew House. It's a gourmet style pizza that they do. Whenever I'm in Chicago, Giordano's. I love going to Giordano's whenever I'm in Chicago. So I'm sharing my deep dish pizza tonight, and I'm flexing some channels as well. So I'm going to do little flexing channels, and as people come up and chat, we'll flex their channel. So I'm assuming Eric with gaming would be a gaming channel, I'm assuming. And what's up? Samida Honda. Sanita Honda. I'm looking at you at the big screen, Sanita. So I can see your name easier when I look on my big screen TV. So that's cool. Yeah, I wish I could hand you guys out some pizza. What time is it there? The time here is... hopefully you guys don't get dizzy while I check the time. The time is 9:20 p.m. here in Midwest Indiana. Hey, what's up? You guys feel free to come up. Hey, what's up? How's it going? eat my chicken bacon ranch deep dish pizza from BJ's Brew House. And I'm talking about people's channels during my After Dark live stream. What's up, Mary's Poems? If you guys want to come up, it's copied on the clipboard. I think I'll try to re-put it back in the chat. So let me make a copy of it and put it back in the chat in case anybody wants to come up. I notified 2 other folks. So there it is. It's in the chat, and then it's on the clipboard there. And this is really, really good, by the way. So yeah, if anyone wants to come up, it's in the chat, and then I did copy it to clipboard. Oh, thanks for the like. I appreciate that. So Mary loves poems. Are you reading poetry on your channel? Or are you just sharing out your various favorite poems you like on your channel? And then I guess the other question I have for you, Mary, do you live stream as well? Just here because I have a lot of things to do. Okay, that's cool. I don't mind people hanging out. That's cool as well. You can hang out. That's fun. So Nita Honda, I got you on the big TV, girl. So there you are right there. Got you on the big TV. I need to do this more often whenever I live stream, have my TV going. Okay, we got a guest coming up here. All right, Mary. All right, Mary Loves Poems is coming up here. What's up, Mary Loves Poems?
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. Let me pick my favorite layout here for a second.
Okay.
I have a favorite layout there. There we go. So how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm missing Sean. He's working the weekend.
Oh, okay. What's funny is I normally work on Saturdays as well, but I'm scheduled off today because I took my wife and daughter to the airport, and then they flew out to California.
Where in California?
Ensenada, I believe, is where they were going.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I'm excited for April because I'm going to bring you guys some travel vlogs towards the end of April. I'm going to be able to make some travel vlogs at the southern part of Mexico. But that'll be sometime last week in April, I believe.
Oh,
So
okay.
me and my wife are going to meet up with my daughter in the southern part of Mexico, and we'll get to see her there. So that'll be cool.
Nice. Are you going to be there for a long time?
1 week. We're going to stay in the southern part of Mexico for 1 week, and I believe we're staying at an all-inclusive hotel. We've done that before, and it's really nice. And what I love about that is you just pay. You know what your whole vacation's going to be, and they're always giving all kinds of deals at these all-inclusive hotels because they're trying to attract people to come there and vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find some really good deals. And like I said, you just pay one price, and all your drinks or food are covered for the entire time you're on vacation.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It's super cool. If no one's ever done it before, I definitely recommend it because you'll definitely know how much your vacation starts. There'll be no because you've already paid for everything. So it's a really cool way to go. And a lot of these resorts are trying to attract people anyway, so they're trying to give really good deals. at the resorts.
Did you say you're flying or driving?
We'll be flying, and I
Oh,
want to say I can't remember offhand if it was a direct flight. I want to say it is a direct flight from Indianapolis to the southern part of Mexico, and but I imagine if it's not, then maybe we fly to one other state, and then maybe we fly straight to Mexico. But for some reason, I want to say there is a flight that goes from Indianapolis straight to Mexico, the southern part.
oh.
But anyways, I'm excited because I'm going to be able to put some more travel vlogs. I got to go to last year. Matter of fact, last year I got to go and I spent one. It was at the Grand Palladium. I made YouTube videos about it. I got the live stream from there, and
Mm-hmm.
then so the first week we stayed at an Airbnb. This was last year, and then the second week we rented an Airbnb in Sayulita, Mexico, and it was really awesome. The Airbnb was up on a hill, and when we walked down to the hill, we were already at the restaurants. And if we walked past the restaurants, we're there at the beach. So it was really, really nice. Especially the layout in Sayulita, Mexico is really beautiful.
That's good. You kind of know
Yeah.
what to expect when you get there.
Now I heard. Are you from El Salvador?
Yes.
Okay. I heard Sean would love to live stream there, but sometimes I think the Wi-Fi sometimes he has trouble with the Wi-Fi sometimes there.
Yes, at the place that we stayed before, it was the internet was not that great.
Yeah. I'm
But we're planning to stay in the big city this time that we will go.
Oh, cool. And I'm sure he'll try to live stream because I do. No matter where I'm at, I try to live stream anyway, just just to say hey to people out there on my channel. It's fun to do. So, what do you do for your channel? Uh, does your name imply what you do on your channel?
Yes,
Cool.
I do little talk. I talk a little bit.
Cool. I think it's a really cool channel name, though. Mary Loves Poems.
Yeah.
That's a cool channel name. My
I,
channel,
mhm.
um, I have a. If you go look on my playlist, you'll see a variety of things on my channel.
Yeah, I
I
already checked
do,
your channel.
yeah, I do gear reviews. For those of you in the chat, in case you haven't checked out my channel, if you go to my playlist, um, it'll show specific places where I got a whole playlist that's all nothing but Mexico travel vlogs, and then I got some from Peru that are travel vlogs, and then I
Mhm.
got some that are from Cape Town, South Africa that are travel vlogs, and then I mix in the bushcrafting and the camping. So I mainly set up those travel vlogs in case some folks weren't necessarily into bushcrafting or camping. So,
I saw the camping part in your videos.
oh, cool. So,
Hmm.
Mary, have you ever gone camping?
It's something that I'm really afraid to do.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that because of this? Like, why are you afraid to run into animals or something in a park or something?
Well, I don't have bad experience with big animals, but with
Right.
insects, I do. They kind of like me too much, and I
Oh,
get
they like you too much. That's
yeah.
kind of like my wife and daughter. My
Oh,
wife's from Peru, South America,
uh-huh.
and my daughter, of course, she's mix of mom and dad. So yeah, they always seem to get bit. I do sometimes get bit, but they seem to get bit a little extra. So there must be something about that Latino or South America or Central America blood that the insects like to chase. But there's things you can do to mitigate that. Some people light citronella candles.
Mm-hmm.
And one time I made my wife laugh so hard. I think we were grilling outside one time, and I said, honey, can you hand me the salmonella candles? And she said, what? Salmonella? And she goes, you mean citronella candle? I said, yeah, give me the citronella candle. Yeah, they don't make salmonella candles. So my wife started laughing. But oh yeah. Now sometimes I go hiking. Like she doesn't like to do the camping. The only way she would go camping is if I were to rent a log cabin, and it had bedrooms and a kitchen. And so yeah, if I ever take her camping, I'll probably have to rent a log cabin or something. I think that's the only way she'll go. But anyway, she does go hiking with me in Brown County. We'll go hike the trails and stuff. And we will spray on a little bit of bug spray so the bugs don't bite us.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, if, especially if you spray on the off, some of that off spray, you can keep the bugs away. And then, of course, if you light a citronella candle on your picnic table,
Mm-hmm.
it'll keep the bugs away from you. They don't like. Now, another things bugs don't like is if you start a campfire. The smoke from the campfire will chase bugs away from your area too. So that's a little bit of a trick. But not everyone. Some parks don't allow campfires at certain times of the day, especially if they think it's a dry season or something. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so, have you ever gone hiking in El Salvador?
No, we do hiking here in the United States.
Oh,
I,
cool.
I came from El Salvador. Uh, I was fairly young, so I didn't have very much experience over there
Oh,
about.
you were a baby when you came to
Not
the States.
really, not a baby, um, but I was, part. I guess I was kind of teenager still,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's just the country was in a really bad shape the time that I left and
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah, so.
Now, my wife, she came when she was in college to
Mm-hmm.
finish up her college. And by the time we were getting married, things had gotten really bad in Peru. And so we applied for saying things would be it would be a hardship on me if they sent her back, and they ended up granting that to her. But basically, the reason they granted to her is I was showing it'd be hardship on my part, you know.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
but what's weird is the political situation in Peru is. I'm hoping it changes and gets better. A long time ago, I liked how it was going, but anyways, I'm hoping the political situation gets better because we are thinking about retiring in Peru, South America, one of these days. But if my daughter ever makes permanent roots in California, I could possibly see me retiring in California, or if she ends up putting permanent roots in Cape Town, South Africa, then I'd probably try to talk my wife into retiring in Cape Town, South Africa. So a lot, a lot's going to depend on where my daughter decides to. She'd have to convince us she's going to live somewhere permanently. So, but once that happens, I could see us going and following behind her. Because one time my wife talked about us retiring in Peru, no matter what, right? And I looked at my
Mhm.
wife and I said, well, what if your daughter has children and stuff? You really want to be away from your babies that long?
Uh-huh.
Um, so I'm pretty sure I can talk my wife into living wherever. And I think my wife's going to retire in 5 years. And if she does, I asked her if I could retire early so I could retire with her. So she says if the numbers work out, she'll let me do that. So I,
Okay.
I would love to retire early with her. So I'm hoping and praying the numbers work out because that means I'll retire at 58 then. So that'd be cool.
58
That,
is a good time. It's a good age.
you know, and I don't know if my hair is going to look like this at 58, but right now this is what it looks like at 53.
You're
Some
very
people think I
lucky
mean
to have hair.
I work I work with a bunch of people that are in their 30s and 40s, and they thought I was also 30 or 40. I
Oh,
actually had to show my driver's license to prove that I was 53.
You're very
That was pretty.
lucky. Not very
Yeah.
many people, look a lot younger than their age.
Hmm. Well, I hardly drink and I don't smoke. So, and I try to stay active. And so sometimes I do walking, sometimes I do jogging, and then sometimes I ride my bike. So I think people just need to get out there and move, keep moving.
Yeah.
Um, the worst thing a person could do when their age is to not do any exercise at all or not move. And unfortunately, my mom was one of those people that did that. She she ate tons of food that had lots of butter on them. She smoked, and then she was inactive. And then the poor thing passed away at 71. So
Still young, 71, still pretty young.
yeah, I consider yeah. Now my dad and mom split. I think when they were in their 50s or 60s.
Hmm.
Hold on, let's see. Now wait a minute. When did they split? I think they split when they were like in their 30s or 40s. Is when my parents split. Because I was in high school. I think my parents split like in 1987 when I graduated high school. So but anyways, the reason I'm bringing out about their splitting is my dad remarried a second gal, and then he ended up being married to her just as long as he had been married to the first gal. But the neat thing about my dad, he bikes every day. He either goes on walks or bikes every single day, and he's 75 years old, and he looks like he's between late 50s, early 60s.
So you
So
got his jeans, huh?
yep. So I got it in the jeans, and he told me if I ever want to grow old gracefully, I got it. You got to always stay active. You always got to keep moving.
Yeah,
So
good
I,
advice.
so I think that's the ticket. You got to. But what's funny, my wife, she's Peruvian, right?
Mm-hmm.
My wife's a wild mixture. Uh, let's see, she's Peruvian, Japanese, Italian, Peruvian, Peruvian, Japanese, Italian, and Spanish. So she's got a lot of bloodlines. I'm English, Irish, and Scots, and I may or may not have a little bit of Native American. I'm not for sure if I do, but uh,
Yeah.
but for sure, I do know for sure I got English, Irish, and Scots. So my mom's mother's mother was from Dublin, Ireland. So the Irish was easy to trace. So
Oh, okay.
but what's wild? Both me and my wife are we're mixed with different bloodlines. We're not just one particular thing, but I find a lot of people in the world are like that.
Mm,
I need to do that 23andMe thing so it can tell me where. I would be so excited if I found out I had any Native American. That would I because I love the Native American culture. So I think it's really cool culture.
yeah.
But what's funny is I only knew about my English and Irish side for the longest time. And then one day my dad let me know we had Scots in us too. And I was like, "Oh my god, Dad, you should have." And the reason I had just seen a really cool story about the Scots Irish. So there was like a documentary that went on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's how you find out about your family background when you start asking your parents
Yeah.
about what's in your family background. Now, Sean, do you know Sean's background?
Yeah, he has, I think, three or four blood over there mixed with Irish, Italian, Indian, I think a little bit, and I forgot what's the other one.
Now, now your background, we already know about the Salvadoran part, but is there any other mix
Well,
there
mm,
or that you're aware of?
we're kind of mestizos. I don't know if you're aware of that word, where we, like Spaniards people
Hmm.
made with the Indians. So, and that's how the mestizos came.
Hmm.
No, we just have we're I don't know Indians probably and and blood from Spain. No, not
Hmm.
very much. The
So,
culture is very limited over there. We don't have Indians and we don't have um,
are
black
there?
people.
What are the languages that are spoken there? Are there a
Only
lot of dialects?
no, we don't even have that. And
Okay.
at the Civil War, we had a lot of the Indians were killed.
Okay.
Unfortunately, everything disappeared with them too. Very
Oh
little.
wow.
We have very
Wow.
little Indian people over there.
Yeah. Well, when you look at back at the United States, there were lots of different Native American tribes. It
Yeah.
it was so weird. They found some writings of Christopher Columbus,
Uh,
and one of the most saddest writings, he talked about how these Indian people he came across were had like a childlike faith and was very nice and kind. And then he turned around and said, "These people will make very good servants because they're so nice and kind." So, so that shows you the mindset, kind of the mindset he had, right? And
yeah.
and then it's amazing he was already thinking of taking these people over. So it was a crazy mindset. And what's weird, the mindset of the Native Americans were more of, who are these new people that just came to the new land, and they had, their ancestors had lived there a long time before Columbus showed up. So they
Oh,
were a
sure.
little
Yeah.
surprised. Yeah, they were a little surprised about the new people showing up.
People, try to tell, the new generation that, it was a good thing them discovering the countries, but the countries were already discovered. They already had people
Hmm.
living there, and so they just this was just different people, but
Right. Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah. The other thing that was wild is there was no concept of them of owning a land. Because a lot of them would follow the buffalo, or
Uh-huh.
they a lot of people were impressed at how quickly they could pack up their stuff and move with the different changing of the seasons, and in some cases they would follow the way the buffalo went. So.
Yeah, these people had, they already had figured out how to live more in a, I guess friendly way with others.
Hmm. Now sometimes the different tribes they would sometimes the reason they didn't get along is there was a language barrier. Sometimes they all didn't speak the same language, the different American tribes.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they would fight with one another over different reasons.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was over resources and stuff. But oh, and then what's wild is these Europeans brought over these different diseases,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually got killed more by the diseases from the Europeans than they did anything else.
Yeah.
So that was bad. That was pretty bad.
And the worst part is that those diseases stay here, stay, whatever they
Yep,
went.
pretty much.
I don't remember. Yeah. Whatever this is all we have. Yeah, because Andrew was eating.
So Sonny's almost. He must have gone night night already.
No, he's still scratching his back.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
Saturday is kind of easy life here. All the hectic, situations kind of settle on Saturday and Sunday.
well, I know the YT community loves Sonny, and
Yeah.
sometimes he gets really talkative during Sean's Hangman game, or even when Sean's doing karaoke.
I think it's because I don't know, now I think he figured out that Shan is there not for him, but
Oh,
for.
gotcha.
So he's like so screaming, "No, this is not what I want."
So yeah, he's sharing his time with Daddy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Animals are smart. Animals like my daughter before she left early this morning for the
Hmm.
airport. Uh, she noticed her own doggy was kind of giving her signals that the doggy knew that they were both going to leave the house. So it's animals are really funny in that respect.
Hmm.
Here, I'll show you Bailey. She's just chilling out. Hey, Bailey.
So you have a dog?
Yeah, it's a little mixed Yorkie.
Oh,
She's super cool.
oh, she's
But
cute. Is that a female?
yep,
Oh,
she's a cutie bug. But yeah, I let my wife and daughter know she was taking little naps while they were gone.
uh,
So it's pretty funny. That's wild. So, so what's your favorite poem, Mary? Or what are a few favorite poems you like?
well, I think my favorites still are in my books.
Oh, cool. Do you write some of it yourself?
No, I do it all myself. I don't copy no one.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Lately, I don't have that much time to sit down and do all the thing that
Cool.
comes into your head and start writing. But
So, I don't know if you have time to read, but do you have any favorite books you like to read?
usually I don't read anymore because I have so much to do and reading take a long time. So what I do
Mm-hmm.
is I do
Oh,
audio book.
cool.
Yeah, because that way I can do the dishes and listen to the
To the
audio.
audio. I
Yeah.
got a few audio books that I bought through iTunes,
Uh-huh.
and one of them's called Green Lights with Matthew McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
And what are some of the other ones? I have a few Richard Dawkins audiobooks as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what else do I got? Well, mainly the Matthew McConaughey. I'm sure there's some other ones. I'm just not remembering. I got a few that are. I got a few of them are Buddhist books,
Uh-huh.
and then the reason I got the Richard Dawkins kind because he's a science guy, and sometimes I like to listen to about science stuff. So, but what I like about the Matthew McConaughey one, Green Lights,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of goes through his just lessons he learned throughout his young life and just little tidbits. He also collects bumper stickers and he talks about his relationship that his mom and dad had with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really cool. You kind of get a glimpse into his life, and then you kind of learn. Uh, you see how he grew up, and I think one time he even rented some motorcycles and drove across Europe, and so he's done some really cool, fun things, and that's in the Green Light book. So
Oh.
people can buy it in its print form,
Mm-hmm.
but he in the audiobook form, he's actually reading his own book in the audio form. It's really cool. So you get to hear. Sometimes I love that, and I think I even got a few books by Christopher Hitchens, audiobooks as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it when the author can read their own material because then you're hearing the author's voice. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool.
So, and I do the audiobooks kind of for the same reason you do. It's just a lot easier sometimes to listen to audio, and then you can still do your things or chores or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I've even done lawn work. I'll be working in the lawn. I'll be working on my lawn. I'll be listening to audiobooks. That's kind of fun. That's
Yeah. There is
but
a beautiful poem written by Rumi. I don't know if you ever
oh,
heard
I
of
love I love Rumi's writings. I have a
Yeah.
couple of Rumi
Sometimes,
books.
sometimes I go to sleep, listen to Rumi's
Hmm.
material.
Rumi's very cool.
Yeah.
I liked. I was listening to this one story. I think it was when Buddha was towards the end of his life,
Mm-hmm.
and his disciples were really, really sad. And I think Buddha was kind of like in his 80s, and um, this one person offered him some food as an alms offering,
Mm-hmm.
and he knew his time was close at hand. And the thing he was offered, he knew the food was spoiled, but he took it anyway because he didn't want the person to feel bad because they
Mm-hmm.
offered it as a gift. So he
Mm-hmm.
ate it anyways, and he knew it probably was going to be bad for him.
It will
But
help you to go bye bye soon.
but yeah, but he knew he was close to passing away anyway, and
Mm-hmm.
so he asked to be laid on his side, and um, he could tell his disciples felt like they were going to be teacherless, and he told them that he had given them the Dharma, and he showed them the path, and that let the Dharma be your teacher. And I think he predicted other Buddhas would come into the world as well after him. But but he did claim to be the awakened one, the person who became awake.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but anyways, I before he became the awakened one, I loved that he tried all. He left his wife and child. Well, before he did that, there was this. Oh my God! A tragedy hit his life when he was first born. Um, when Buddha was growing in his mom's tummy, she gave birth to him, and I think days later had passed away. And so Buddha lost his mom right at the time of him being so young as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, um, I think before Buddha was even born, this guy went to the Buddha's father, who was a king,
Mm-hmm.
and because Buddha's family was very wealthy,
Yeah.
and he went up to the king and he said, "Your son's either going to be a great earthly leader, or he's going to either if he goes down the or let's call it the secular path. If he goes down the non-religious path, he's going to be a great king and he's going to rule the world, right?" And then now he says, if he ever sees suffering in his life, he's going to go the total opposite way. He's going to become a great spiritual leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the father, since he knew this about his son, decided to surround his son with always young people, right?
Yeah.
And nothing but beautiful music, song, beautiful food. So he's really trying to insulate his son so his son never sees suffering, right? Well, one day his son demanded to really, he noticed he had never left the palace, right?
Uh-huh.
And so he wanted to go outside the walls and see what was happening. So the father purposely set up a parade kind of just so he could go outside the walls and look. But and as people were kind of throwing rose petals, and so the dad was even trying to orchestrate that, even though he left the palace walls. You know, it was kind of like a parade, right?
Uh-huh.
And so, uh, unfortunately, they're going down this parade route, right? And then Buddha looks and sees this frail guy, right?
Yeah.
And he says to him, he's like, "Hey, what's up with that guy?" And his attendant said, "Oh, that happens to all men. We all get old eventually." So that kind of freaked him out. And so I think he ended up going out a second day. And then the second day, instead of seeing just an old person, he sees someone that's sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he decides to go further, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then he ends up running into people about to cremate someone. And he's like, "What's that?" He goes, "Oh, we all eventually die. All men die." And so he saw all this suffering, right?
Yeah.
And he saw the cycle of suffering. So he really wanted to he wanted to know how to get rid of the cycle of suffering, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's looking at his wife finally had a beautiful child. And he's looking at his child and he's looking at his wife, and he's afraid. This is like really late at night, I guess. And he's afraid if he picks up his, and he even nicknamed his child Ball and Chain, right?
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what word they use in his language, but anyways, it means ball and chain. So it's kind of ironic that he named his child that. And
Uh-huh.
then, so he's afraid if he picks up the child, he'll never leave the palace. So he decides to leave his wife and child. He goes out to his favorite horse, and this is one part I'm sure probably didn't happen, but it was just telling it like in poetry language. Said the horse leaped over the palace wall. I found that a little far fetched, but anyways, he's outside the palace thing, and then he decides to uh, take off, change out of his clothes. He cuts his hair, changes out of the clothes, and kind of puts on a robe like a Buddhist would wear,
Mm-hmm.
and decides to, uh, basically decides to go on this path to try and find enlightenment. And the first set of people he runs into are these guys that practically almost starve themselves, right? And
Uh-huh.
so I guess whenever Buddha, or he wasn't the Buddha yet, he was Siddhartha. So Siddhartha decides he does whatever it is, whatever group he runs into, he tries to do it even better. And so he runs into this first group that really kind of starves themselves, right? And he ended up starving himself so bad that he became really, really, really weak. And he realized that he was becoming really, really weak. And he ends up going by a stream, and he's almost about to, looks like he's about to pass out. And this girl comes by and hands him some food. And I'm actually going pretty fast through the story because there was another set of, he went through, before he ran into this group that starves themselves, he had ran into a bunch of other teachers that he just wasn't satisfied with their teachers. And then is when he runs into this group that starves themselves. So he ends up starving himself really good to where he's almost out of it. And he looks like he's about to faint. And this girl comes by. She's just a regular, I guess you could say she's like just a regular girl from a small village. And
Mm-hmm.
she could tell this person just needs something to eat. So she gives him some food. And then all of a sudden, this is what leads him to like the middle way, right?
Uh-huh.
And he remembers something that his dad said, something about if the string's too loose, it won't play, the music won't play. If the
I think
strings, if
I think
this,
he saw a teacher teaching a child a musical instrument,
yeah,
and then I think the teacher told the child that if the strings were to tie, something will happen, or if they were to lose, something will happen.
mhm.
And then
Yeah,
he learned that to apply that in his life, something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's too loose, the music can't play, or if it's too tight, the string could break and there's no music. And if
Uh-huh.
it's just the right tension, the music can play forever. So that was his way of contemplating the middle way. And
Uh-huh.
then I guess they said he sat under a I can't remember the name of the tree. I think it's a bowie. Not it's not a bowie tree, and it's not a bonsai tree either. Anyways, he sits under this beautiful ancient like tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says he's not going to leave this spot until he becomes enlightened. He sits there, right? So he's
Mm-hmm.
sitting in this meditative. And yeah, he sits at this very ancient tree, and they said I think Mara is like a kind of a mischievous god, and he went to go try to scare Siddhartha. And oh no, I'm sorry. Before Mara even comes there, I'm skipping too far ahead in the story. Anyways, he's sitting there, right, until he becomes enlightened. And I think once he finally does become awakened,
Mm-hmm.
is then Mara comes and tempts him because Mara doesn't want him to be awakened. So Mara tempts him, I think, first with some with like an army, and this army, all these arrows are coming towards him, and then at the last minute, all these arrows turn to flowers. So that didn't work. And then he tried to tempt him with beauty. These girls start dancing, and eventually they turn to dust and they fall away. And then the last thing they tempt him with is an image of his own self. He tried to look like exactly like the Buddha and face him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think this deity tries to tell him, there's no one around here who can witness that you've become awakened. So what he does is he takes his hand and he touches the ground. He said, the earth's going to be my witness. And then I guess things really trembled a little bit. And then that's when that deity went away because he realized he had been defeated by Buddha. Buddha had actually become awakened.
Wow.
What's funny is when he's walking on the road, this is after he becomes awakened, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's walking towards these guys and they look at the Buddha with disgust. I don't think they realize he's become awakened, but at the same time, they're very upset that he's not starving himself anymore, right? And they
Uh-huh.
said, "Look, he's given up the faith. He's not, he's not doing all these things we're still doing." And they make a pact with each other that they're not going to bow when he comes in their presence, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
when he shows up, they end up bowing to him anyways. And then, but I think when he first tries to teach him his teachings, they don't accept it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first time he tried to teach someone, it wasn't successful. But then the second time, I think he spoke with those people, it was successful. But what's funny is at first he didn't want to teach anybody because he thought people would think he's crazy. And he goes, I don't know. And then I guess this Brahma approached him, encouraged him to teach. Since this Brahma had recognized the Buddha had become awakened, and
Mm-hmm.
this Brahma had actually urged Buddha to teach what that his awakeness and his because I guess at first Buddha did not want to teach. Actually, he was enjoying his blissfulness so much he wanted to kind of stay there at that tree. But this Brahma had encouraged him to go and start teaching, especially since he had become awake. So I love that story. There's
Yeah.
a movie called The Little Buddha that talks about all the different little stories that's in the Buddha thing. I'm not Buddhist, but I love a lot of Buddhist writings. And I think the world still can learn stuff from the Buddha. Um, and I say that even though I'm not a Buddhist. But I like what the Dalai Lama said. Whatever people can take from Buddhism or meditation or anything, they can freely use. It's cool. They don't necessarily have to become Buddhist. So my background's interesting. I was raised Roman Catholic, and
Mm-hmm.
then I became a member of the Baha'i faith. Uh, I, I, and what's funny is before I became a member of the Baha'i faith, I was thinking about selling all my possessions and going to theology school.
Uh-huh.
I actually was thinking about becoming a priest, a Catholic priest. So,
Uh-huh.
but I ended up changing my mind about that. And I told this priest, I think God wants me to get married one of these days. So that's why I changed my mind about that. But I ended up becoming a Baha'i, and then I ended up marrying this Catholic girl. And then the priest that ended up marrying us, we had both a Catholic ceremony and a Baha'i ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny. The priest that ended up marrying us was the guy I was actually seeing, thinking about that would help me try to become a Catholic priest. So that's the person that ended up marrying me and my wife. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
But so now El Salvador, what religions are in El Salvador? Is the Catholic Church there too?
Yeah, Catholic Church and many denominations, Christians.
Different denominations of
Yeah,
Christianity. Cool.
yeah, but including probably, I think the ones that we talk about, we are talking about, they're kind of not so open there yet because I don't know,
Hmm.
people still are very close mind. I don't
Hmm.
know because I believe in learning everything. I think religions to me, uh, I don't know. I just don't go by religion. I think
Hmm.
being being spiritual is what I feel like that's the way. But
Hmm.
everyone have their own opinion.
Yeah, Baha'is believe all the different religions pray to the same God.
Yes,
That's
and
what Baha'is believe.
so I if somebody say to me I'm spiritual, then I feel that that person is walking his path. But if
Hmm.
somebody tell me I belong to this church or I belong to this, it's kind of belonging, not walking your own path because
Right.
um, by being spiritual, you need to learn all kind of stuff, not just one thing,
Hmm. Hmm.
or just about one person.
Right. If I'm talking to, like, let's say I was talking to a Jewish community,
Mm-hmm.
I would try to encourage that person to be the best Jewish person they can be. If I was talking to a Christian group, I'd tell them try to be the best Christian they can be. If I'm talking to Baha'is, I'll try to be the best Baha'i you can be. If I'm talking to a Buddhist group, I'm telling them try to be the best Buddha they can be. Because I do believe they all run towards God. So,
Yeah,
um,
and another thing that not everything work for everybody,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if it's Jesus or Buddha or
Mm,
Muhammad or any of those work for whoever it is,
mm,
that's awesome because
yeah.
yeah, it's good to be free and just
And,
walk the path.
right. And what's amazing is they all have the golden rule in their religious writings. Like I think in Christianity, it's do unto others, you have them do unto you. And I think in Judaism is um, I don't have the quote in front of me, but I think it's something like uh, to love your brother almost covers the entire law. Out of all the
Yeah,
commandments.
because you don't go hurt yourself. So if you don't go
Right.
hurting yourself, you won't go hurting others
Oh, and
in
I think
any
in his yeah, I think in Islam it says uh, you should wish for your brother that which you wish for yourself. So they all have the golden rule, but they say it a little differently.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but but they all believe in practicing the golden rule, which is do good unto others, which is super cool.
Yeah, because I think if you really think about, we are born with that beautiful thing inside us. It's just,
Hmm.
I don't know, for some reason, later on, we become so self-centered and we forget about the love for others.
You saying that reminds me of the scripture that says, "Harden not your hearts." And I think when people get out in the world, I don't think they harden their hearts on purpose. I
Hmm.
just think sometimes they can have too many bad experiences in a row to where it could start to harden their heart, or it could start to make them think people don't care anymore in the world. And yeah, this is what I used to tell my daughter while she was growing up. I said, baby, there's a lot more good people in the world than there are bad people. There's tons and tons of really, really good people. Of course, the bad people stand out more because they're doing bad things, but
It's
um,
true. Yeah.
there really are a lot of good people in the world. And of course, even though I'm telling my daughter this, I'm also telling her to be careful when she's out in the world and be aware of her surroundings. Uh, but I would tell her that no matter where she's living at. So, and I don't care even if you're living in a nice place, always pay attention to your surroundings.
How old
So
is
it's
she?
so funny. I'm a super spiritual cat, but then there's another part of me that's super practical as well. I kind of got that going on.
Well,
But
that's good.
anyway, anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank you for thanks for being my co-host. I appreciate it.
Okay, I was happy to hop up here while I was doing some what is it called? Aloe vera. I was chopping some aloe vera, and this always
Oh,
takes my time. So I thought, well, I'm going to be here anyway. So, and I saw
cool.
you were live, so
Cool.
it was nice.
Yeah, thanks for coming up.
Yeah, you're welcome. Take care of yourself.
You too. Take care. Thanks for co-hosting again.
Okay, bye bye.
Take care. Thank you, Mary Poems. Thank you, Mary Poems, for co-hosting. I appreciate it. So once again, big thanks to Mary Poems for co-hosting. Thank you so much. One of the last things I like to do whenever I do a live stream, I'm going to show off your guys' comments here. It's my way of thanking these channels for showing up to my live stream. So I'm going to share out these channels. And for those of you who end up rewatching this live stream later, please give these channels a look at. And if you're not subscribed to any of these channels, if you do like the content you see on these channels, there's a few things you got to do. If you do like a particular YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. So, and like I said, the main reason I try to remember to do this after I finish a live stream. I try to show off people's comments. It's mainly so people will come and check out the channels. So, and then right there is my co-host. So any of you that end up rewatching this live stream, if you haven't got to check out Mary Loves Poems channel, please give her channel a look at. If you do like her channel, make sure you give her a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell. So this is your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf Bushcraft, and I'm cracking up because I'm still looking at myself on the big screen. That's so funny, looking at myself on the big screen TV there. That's too funny. So anyways, thanks for keeping me company here. And for those of you who end up rewatching this live stream, big thanks to you. For those who end up rewatching live stream, thanks to everyone down in the chat below. You guys and gals rock. Yeah, thanks for chatting me up here while I was doing my live stream. If you do like the content you see here on the Lone Wolf Bushcraft YouTube channel, give me a like. Drop a comment down on your favorite video of mine, and make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you hit that notification bell. So like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So I'll see you either in the next video or see you in the next live stream. Take care of each other, and I'll talk to you guys and gals later. Take care, everyone. Peace. Later, Gators. And once again, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. Peace. Later, Gators. Take care, everybody.